Okay. Okay. So I am gonna continue with that Culture Ball 26 trailer. Sorry, man. I just
Follow your career from high school recruit all
Ma. Alright, sorry, y'all. Okay, we are officially live. Okay. So, I know that I would react to this before I got off, but I just want to react to it again. So, yeah. There we go.
all the way to NFL legend. With Road to Glory in EA Sports College Football 26 and Superstar in Madden NFL 26. First, create and customize your player and select a position archetype with completely new options across a variety of positions. Then, begin your legacy as a high school recruit. The foundation of your entire career hinges on weekly themes based on your archetype, each offering unique gameplay opportunities to impact your tape score and star rating. For example, a pocket passer quarterback might face a lockdown corner week. Within that week, you'll have the option to choose 4 key moments corner week. For example, a pocket passer quarterback.
Hey kid, excited for the first game of the year. This team we're about to face has one of the top recruits in the state at cornerback. The dude is for real. We have to be aware of him at all times. We want to limit going towards his side as much as possible.
Quarterback might face a lockdown corner week. Within that week, you'll have the option to choose 4 key moments to play from the game, each centered around the theme to showcase your skills in critical situations. It's your chance to capture the...
Bro, we better be able to play high school, dude. Like, we better be able to, bro. Because, look, I'm trying to play a whole high school season again. I'm not trying to play 4 moments of every game. You know what I mean? Like, again, that's just boring. It's boring.
The attention of your favorite college programs and meet their recruiting requirements.
Like, why can't we just have a actual like meeting, like actually like happen, dude? Like again, I'm not saying like real, like a real life meeting, of course. But again, I'm saying like why can't the coaches come over, right, and actually like talk to the character? Like, like why do we gotta do it through the phone?
Performance-based scholarships will be offered, and in a highly competitive recruiting class, you'll compete against a dynamic pool of others for limited offers. The sooner you decide, the better your chance.
And like I was saying, bro, I wish that like in Dynasty, like for example, if there's like a really good like 5-star recruit, I wish that we could actually see into who he's picking, and like actually have like the like the hat ceremony in Dynasty. Within like a 5-star recruit, like show that, and like that'd be kind of nice.
To secure a coveted roster spot before it's gone. To add depth to every Road to Glory experience, we're introducing Coach Happiness, a new measure of your coach's short-term perception of you as a player. While Coach Trust remains an important part of your long-term development.
So I'm hoping this like room is just not like just like a room. Like I hope that we can actually go and actually like walk in the campus.
Coach Happiness offers a more short-term evaluation, impacting your experience week to week, and is influenced by your actions off the field and your performance on it. Speaking of on-field performance, the new per-play grading system, as well as Coach Happiness, can determine whether you stay in the game or risk being benched or worse, suspended.
Okay.
So manage your weekly priorities wisely. Focus on grades, team chemistry, and practice time to keep your coach happy and earn more playing time. Collect titles and awards and look back at all the hardware you've earned during your college career in the new trophy room. Win 3 Heismans on your road to glory? Show them off. Maybe you won the Natty or a few. But this time, your story doesn't end with the college championship. Continue your football journey, taking it seamlessly to the next level.
The NFL. Enhance your NFL draft experience by importing your Road to Glory player into Madden NFL 26's Superstar mode, giving you a unique opportunity to aim for a top 5 pick. Your college performance can give you a head start in establishing yourself in the NFL, impacting everything from your draft position to your new sphere of influence. Your football legacy isn't just about how you play on game. It's about all of the decisions you make and the connections you build along the way.
So generic, it just looks so bad. Like Superstar mode has not been good for years now. It just looks so bad. Like, bro, like the best story mode, I'm gonna lie, it's probably Madden 20 story mode. That was really good. Now it's just like, it's just so bad. It's horrible. I'm sorry. It's just like, again, I'm gonna speak the truth, and this looks bad.
The all-new Sphere of Influence system places you at the center of a dynamic network of relationships. Every interaction with your Sphere of Influence presents a meaningful choice that will impact your future. Strong connections can earn you exclusive rewards like expanding your playbook, improving teammates, and unlocking better responses to media questions to increase your own influence. Every week in the NFL presents players with moments that ultimately determine how their career unfolds. New Game Day Beats presents fresh and authentic NFL narratives that dictate your focus from week to week. Take on new challenges tailored to your specific career chapter, each with unique gameplay objectives from your coach and gameplay modifiers that raise the stakes. Find an answer to your rival's blitz-heavy defensive scheme, or upset a top seed in a road playoff game. Go from first overall pick to MVP, or take a tougher path to solidify your football legacy. Pre-order the MVP bundle today. Includes both EA Sports College Football 26.
I mean, I think that it's definitely going to have a more realistic feel of it because, of everything that's going to be, in it, right? But let's see, where's Eric? Wait. Eric I swear I had Eric Wayweather on. There you go, Wayweather. Oh, Ray Weather, my bad, dude. My bad.
Skill caps and abilities. So that's kind of our first negative here presented by the EA Creator Network, as they did get me this information early so that I can get this video ready quickly for you guys. And I'm going to be having some exclusive gameplay footage coming very soon for College Football 26 that you're not going to want to miss. I'm going to be covering all the stuff you want to know, showing you gameplay, so make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on if you don't want to miss that, because I've got some really sick videos coming for you guys really soon. Now we're going to start with Road to Glory first, and then we're going to switch over to Superstar mode, but there's quite a bit to cover here for Road to Glory. Now your first big choice for Road to Glory is going to be selecting your star rating. You can be a 5-star all the way down to a 2-star, just like last year. Now this is going to set your starting attributes and determine if you begin with an ability tied to your archetype. Elite prospects start with 1 gold and 1 silver ability, while the blue chips begin with 1 silver. Contributors and underdogs have to earn their abilities through a performance. Now a quarterback's archetype, for example, will affect their starting skills. So if you're a pocket passer, you would get step up and dot. If you're a pure runner, you would get magician and workhorse. Your initial rating shapes early expectations, but it's not permanent. A 5-star can fall and a 2-star can rise. Your journey depends on how you perform, which is going to be in high school. So no matter where you start, you're going to go up or down based on what you do, which I think is a really good addition. After selecting your star rating, your next major decision is choosing your position and archetype, a choice that defines how you play and also how schools will view your potential. In College 26, you can play as a quarterback, halfback, wide receiver, Mike linebacker, or cornerback, each with revamped archetypes to reflect real player styles. Halfbacks, for example, have 6 archetypes like East-West playmaker or elusive bruiser, each with unique attributes, skill caps, and abilities. So that's kind of our first negative here, is that no new positions. I don't know when they're going to give us the new...
Bro, they didn't even have O-line, bro. Like, bro, a lot into what, like, I remember that, like, a lot of like college football, I feel like that college football is built with O-line and with offensive line. You know, bro, like I wish that we could just, you know, actually have like go in and be like a defensive tackle or a offensive lineman or a kicker even. But again, you're gonna have 5 positions, the same positions. It just like again, it's just not exciting. It's not like. They need to add way more positions.
New positions. I feel like it's been long overdue. We got to keep pushing for it because we definitely should have more by now. But the one thing they did do is within those positions, they did give us a wider range of archetypes to make the players more unique. So I do like that, but we do need more positions. Now your archetype will impact more than the gameplay. It shapes your recruiting journey. Schools may favor or overlook you based on fit. For instance, Army or Navy might avoid a pocket passer unless you prove you're worth the system change. After picking your archetype, you'll customize your player from appearance to hometown and high school. Where you're from matters, as local schools will show stronger recruiting interest. Out-of-state offers are still possible but harder to earn. You'll also choose your high school name and mascot. There are 6 preset options with unique branding, but full team builder integration lets you fully customize your team or recreate your real life high school, which I think a lot of people are probably going to do that because it just makes it more unique. But either way, you can go generic or you could create your own. Choice is yours. Now once your school's set, you'll customize your player's look and style. You choose the body types, and you can even choose the new lean frame for the really skinny type receivers or quarterbacks. That's in the game now. You'll outfit your player with gear and personalize their movement on the field. And you can personalize everything from your throwing motions to your running style to your QB stance, your wide receiver stance, and there's a ton of options for these, which I think is really good. I like the customization they're starting to give us with the game. Like I said, we just need more positions now. Now with your player fully created, your high school selected, and your style locked in, it's time to begin your journey and take the field. From here, every rep will matter and every performance shapes the next chapter of Road to Glory. Your Road to Glory starts with a media interview with Alice Zimmer, where you reveal what drives your college decision, academics, championships, playing time, etc. Your answers will shape which schools are most likely to pursue you based on how well your motivation aligns with their priorities. From there, your high school season begins and your focus shifts to building your tape, a measure of your on-field performance. Strong tape draws attention, but to land offers, your tape score must match a school's standards. Managing your recruiting board becomes key as schools begin tracking you closely. Recruiting will be competitive, and how you manage your top schools can make or break your path to a scholarship. Every school sets a scholarship threshold, and to earn an offer, your assessed tape score must meet or exceed it. Your assessed tape score will vary from school to school. It is a representation of how that school views your film and how well your skill set aligns with what they're looking for at your position. Now, a school scholarship threshold isn't static. It's shaped by multiple factors, including team prestige, scheme fit, your motivations, proximity to campus, team needs, and the answers in the scenarios and other off-field decisions. To make informed decisions, you can view each school's full evaluation of you from the Overview tab on your recruiting board. Here you'll find your assessed tape score, projected role, current depth chart, and head coach boost and tendencies. Everything you need to understand how that school sees you and where you might fit. You'll be a part of a 4,100 player recruiting class, competing with others for offers at your position. The recruiting class tab shows who each school is targeting, and if someone else commits at your spot, your current tape score might not be enough. Offers could become harder to earn or even be withdrawn. You can manage your recruiting board anytime from the high school tab, keeping up to 10 schools on your list. You can add, remove, or reorder them based on your tape score and fit with each program. Now, while you progress, the college football world will evolve. Seniors will graduate, recruits commit, coaches move, and players transfer. So you need to stay updated through the hub with the rankings, news, coaching changes, and more. So this is all important to keep in mind. You could take an early scholarship, you could try to wait it out, but if you wait it out, teams can remove the scholarship, or you could fall further down the projected depth chart for that team because maybe they signed somebody else. So this stuff evolves and moves around. It doesn't just stay how it is when you set it up, which I think is really good. Now let's talk about building your tape, because this is the biggest part of the high school portion. Once your season kicks off, your goal is to build your tape by playing 5 high school games, each with 4 key moments. These moments will place you in specific situations like a go-ahead drive or being pinned deep. You need to meet these goals, and that shapes your tape score. Each moment has a basic and harder goal, or sometimes a single high stakes objective. Your success boosts your tape and draws attention from schools, especially if the moment aligns with what they value. Schools weigh moments differently, applying a tape score boost from 1 to 3 times based on how well it fits their system. And you get to choose your 4 moments each week, so strategy matters. Pick situations your top schools care about. Once on the field, you'll see the setup, goals, and how schools evaluate the scenario. Your archetype shapes your playbook, and you'll have full control at the line with audibles and adjustments. During drives, goals stay on screen, and key opponents are marked as rivals. After each moment, a summary shows completed goals, total tape, and any team impacts. Positive impacts like touchdowns boost your tape, while mistakes like turnovers reduce it. If you're not on Heisman difficulty, you can retry moments with the number of retries based on your difficulty level. Now, I'm going to interject here because this is the other thing about Road to Glory that I think might get some pushback. Like I said, we need more positions, but the way they chose to go about high school, I do think it's interesting, but I know there's a lot of people that just simply want to play full games or an entire season. Even if they just gave you 5 or 6 games and you could play the whole thing, I think that would be cool. In my opinion, I think they should allow you to do it both ways. If you want to kind of go about it this way and have it be a little more streamlined, a quick in and out, get through high school in about 2 hours, cool. But also give the option to do just a full season or a full 6 games or whatever the case may be for the people that want to do that as well. At least going forward next year, give people the opportunity to do both, because some people would prefer this. So I thought we were playing moments, but again, I thought that we were playing moments during the game. We're gonna play 4 moments? Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That's some bullshit right there. Like, bro, I'm trying to get the full high school experience. Yeah, bro, what made y'all think this shit, bro? What made y'all think this? Bro, what made y'all think that's, I think the players are really gonna love that they only play 4 moments a game. That's so boring. Like, why can't we actually play an actual high school game and actually play a whole season of it? I just don't understand that. Why? Like, what made y'all think this? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Man, looking better than this shitty ass game right now. People do not want the long, drawn-out high school. It takes too long. I didn't like that as much back in the day personally. Some people would rather a quicker high school. But for those that want to play the longer high school, just give them that option so you can take whichever route you want. Now up next is managing your star rating. After each game, your star rating and rankings will update based on your performance. To remain a 5-star prospect, near perfection is needed, but rankings can rise or fall for any star level. Your final rating impacts the strength of your scholarship offers and starting abilities in college. 4-star and 5-star recruits also unlock an additional mental ability before leaving high school. Each week will bring high school scenarios, interactions with coaches, classmates, and off-the-field challenges. Coaches may show interest, but they can also back off. Your responses shape your recruiting with choices like favoring a school or signaling disinterest to focus on other options. Scenarios evolve based on your performance, location, and playing time. Coaches will adjust their messaging based on team success or your other schools. Coaches adjust their messaging based on team success or your other school's performances. You'll also interact with classmates, and how you handle these moments can influence how schools perceive you, shaping your recruiting journey. So again, for what they did give us with high school,
why can't we have these actual moments? Like, again, why do we gotta do everything with this stupid ass phone, bro? Why can't we actually do it? Actually get in these moments, actually talk to these people. Again, I don't mean actually IRL, right? Again, just in game, cause you know how in 2K, you could go around, and talk to, I don't know, Chris Brickley or whatever the hell. I wish that we could do that in college football, and I don't even think it Madden, right? But college football would be really nice. But why do we gotta do this? It's just so stupid.
I like that it's more than just simply playing moments. I like that your star rating moves, your tape score moves. You have to interact with coaches. You have to interact with other people in your life, and how you interact with them and how they interact with you is ever changing. So I like that stuff seems to be a bit dynamic. Again, just give people the option to play a full high school, and I think more people will be happy. Now there's also something called...
I'm gonna go lie to you, bro. This game looks like an L, bro. Dynasty looks technically the same. Nothing really changed in Dynasty. What changed in Dynasty anyways? Nothing changed. What? What changed in Dynasty? What changed? The thing that I really wanted is that whenever I sign a 5 or 4-star recruit, or really I'm just a 5-star recruit, right? Whenever I sign a 5-star recruit, I actually want to feel rewarded because of that. Because sometimes, 5-star recruits might just commit to you because, to where the school is, and the proximity to their house or whatever the hell. It's just I don't like it because I wish that we had actually a hat ceremony in Dynasty. Right? And actually improve. Again, I love that we could actually walk through the tunnel with our players. Again, I like that, and I like that there's a lot of realism in it, right? But why can't we actually meet? Why can't we actually conversate with these players? Actually,
called highlight moments, and it says that some schools will challenge you with highlight moments.
For example, if we're gonna be recruiting, right? Why can't we first offer them a scholarship and then actually talk to them?
High stakes opportunities to showcase a skill that they value. These moments are high risk, high reward. If you succeed, you can gain significant attention from that school, but the goals are tougher than standard gameplay. Highlight moments come with a 6-time tape score modifier. If you succeed, you could rise on a school's board, reignite their interest, or get a better scholarship offer. These moments, tailored to specific skills, can make or break your recruitment. Succeed and you're back in the conversation. Fail and you may lose valuable ground. This is another thing that's dynamic as well, which again, I like that they're making a lot of the stuff dynamic. Your offer can also change. A school can give you a good offer and then they can reduce it, or they can make it even better. Moving on to scholarship offers, it says each scholarship offer is just the start. Each has its own tier, bonuses, and risks. Your goal is to improve that offer, as scholarship tiers can change based on performance, how schools view you, and recruiting landscape. Your star rating is key. As it rises, your offer may improve with better perks, but a drop in rating can downgrade your offer. A 5-star may may get the best starting offer, but it can change if your performance slips or another recruit surpasses you. Your interactions with coaches, highlight moments, and off-field choices all influence how schools evaluate you. So this is another thing that's dynamic. Your scholarships can change. They can improve or they can get worse, or like it said earlier in the blog, they could just pull it all together. So I liked it. At least most of the stuff in this portion is dynamic and changes. That makes it feel more alive, and it makes it feel like your choices and your play actually matter. Moving on here, what comes with a better scholar? Higher tier offers aren't just for bragging rights, they come with bonuses that impact your college career. Stronger starting values in your academics, brand, leadership, and training meters. You can get additional XP, extra skill points, higher starting coach trust. These are all examples of what a good offer could look like. These perks won't apply until you arrive on campus, but they can make a big difference early in your college career, giving you a leg up on playing time, progression, and leadership roles. Verbally committing. To secure your scholarship, you can verbally commit to a school, locking in your offer and bonuses. Once committed, your offer can't get worse, but it won't improve either unless you decommit. Decommitting has consequences. The tape score required to earn a new offer from that school will increase, and your maximum potential bonus may decrease. Even after committing, your offer isn't safe. If another player at your position signs with that school, or if your performance drops, your offer could be revoked. So again, all of this stuff is dynamic, which is what I like. They even have senior night. At the end of your high school season, senior night gives you a final chance to showcase your growth and tape. It's a special moment, but also the last time to manage your top schools. After that game, you must announce your top 3 schools, which will carry over to signing day. Now, after earning your offers, it's time to make the choice on signing day, the final step of your high school journey. The moment unfolds in your high school gym with hats of the top 3 schools laid out. You can play to the crowd, fake them out, or add some drama, but when it's time, you'll grab the hat of the school you're ready to commit to, the place where you'll start building your legacy. And when I was down at EA, they even mentioned that yes, you can pick up a hat and even throw it, which I think is pretty cool. It's just funny, like why not? Now we're stepping into college. Once you've earned your offer and chosen your school, the college phase begins, bringing new challenges and decisions. Each week you'll manage 2 main activities: practice, which builds your coach trust and helps you climb the depth chart, and setting your weekly agenda. You gotta focus once again on academics, physical training, socializing, and team bonding to improve various attributes and develop your brand. You gotta balance them all, which is what makes it a little difficult. Now for your weekly agenda, College 26 is going to introduce an updated energy system to reflect a real student-athlete's week. You start with 5 energy points on a short week, 6 on a regular week, and 7 on a bye week, with 1 point for each open day. You'll use this energy to manage different areas, and each decision impacts the meters in unique ways. The meters will now rise and fall dynamically based on your choices and energy use, creating a natural push and pull. New off-field scenarios will challenge you each week, affecting your meters in both positive and negative ways. These moments capture the unpredictability of college life and the consequences of your choices. And your weekly agenda now also requires that you manage long-term wear and tear. Your decisions impact not just the next game, but your entire season and career. Which brings us to season and career health. In College 26, managing your body is crucial. Every hit adds up, and some players handle the physical demands better than others. The game introduces season and career health pools tracking your recovery capacity. Once depleted, you can't recover until the off-season. Your pool replenishes each season, but how much depends on how much you preserved. Aggressive training can drain recovery, leading to burnout. And this is another big change to the entire game this year, but it's really going to affect Road to Glory a lot because you have a career health now. So as your career carries on, you're going to recover slower from the wear and tear. Moving on to NIL deals in College Football 26.
That right there is actually the first green flag I've heard in the last 14 minutes.
NIL deals are a key part of your journey, allowing you to partner with brands, boost your profile, and earn rewards. It says this year, over 35 new deals are added, offering more options and rebalanced payouts. NIL deals provide an alternative to training, which increases wear and tear. Pursuing NIL opportunities lets you develop your player without physical drawbacks. However, NIL deals require energy and careful balancing of your weekly priorities. Moving on to scenarios and dilemmas. Scenarios test your priorities and values impacting your career. These dilemmas, like skipping class or stealing a teammate's date, come with real consequences and shape your path. Your decisions affect meters like coach trust and coach happiness, influencing how coaches evaluate you. Scenarios now award XP for coach challenges, adding value to each moment. Moving on to coach trust and position battles. Coach trust evolves into a long-term progression system. It no longer just helps you win your position. Now consistent performance and growth unlocks new abilities like expanded playbook access and more control at the line of scrimmage. So here are some examples of what you can earn with Coach Trust. Play swaps. You get a new set of plays to choose from. Increased number of plays. Start with 1 play to choose during play calling and work up to 2, then 3, 6, 9, and 15, all the way up to full playbook access when you've achieved max Coach Trust. You can unlock audibles where you can change the play. You can unlock new hot routes. You can unlock QB protections. And if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you can unlock defensive adjustments. Coach Trust will reflect how your coaches trust you, not just for snaps, but to lead the offense and defense. It grows throughout your college career, earned through both in-game performance and practice. This year, you'll receive notifications showing how much Coach Trust you earn from simulated practices, making your progress clear. And as you increase your Coach Trust, you'll compete in position battles with difficulty scaling based on the spot you're fighting for. Climbing the depth chart now becomes more competitive, with moving up from third string to backup easier than securing the starting role. Now that brings us to Coach Happiness, which is a completely different system that they're integrating into these career modes for the first time. Coach Happiness reflects your coach's feelings based on your weekly performance and off-field decisions.
Oh, really? Can I make my coach happy another way? I want to make my coach fucking happy. I'm sorry.
Unlike Coach Trust, which is a long-term system, Coach Happiness fluctuates based on how well you're doing right now. It directly impacts your spot on the depth chart. If it's high, you'll progress faster in Coach Trust, but if it drops too low, your trust slows, and you may even get benched or demoted. To get your spot back, you'll need to compete in a position battle, but first your happiness rating must return to neutral. So this is kind of new things that they're introducing here, where you can actually get benched if your coach isn't happy with you, even if it's just for a game or maybe half a game. I think that makes this a lot more interesting. So what will affect your coach happiness? Well, game performance obviously is going to be a big deal. Your other meters that you have to balance, like your schooling, right? So if you have a low GPA or you get poor leadership ratings, that can make your coach unhappy. The scenarios also affect this, like your off-field actions, like acing an interview or skipping class. That can affect coach happiness. Your practices, of course. Good practice performances are going to make your coach happier. Bad ones will make him not as happy. Moving on to game day, it says game day feels more immersive and personal than ever. The new Road to Glory camera options put you directly in the action, especially when running out of the tunnel. You'll experience the stadium atmosphere, hearing the band, and feeling the crowd's energy as you make your entrance. And they've even added a camera to where you can actually look around the stadium when you run out, which I think is just pretty cool. It's a nice little touch. College traditions like touching the Gator head in Florida or tapping the wind bar at LSU are brought to life, and you'll see fans showing support, even painting your name on their chest as you gain recognition. But also you have to manage your body on game day. If you push too hard, take too many hits, or play recklessly, your season health will suffer. So you want to protect your body late in the game on game day for sure. Moving on to per play grading here, it says every snap will count this year. The per play grading system tracks your performance in real time, reflecting how a coach evaluates you. Your grade starts based on your coach happiness. Players with low happiness begin with lower grades and a shorter leash. Every play impacts your grade, whether it's a touchdown, defensive stop, or a mistake. Grades are earned. You get an A through consistent execution, but mistakes can drop you fast. If your grade hits an F, you'll be benched for a quarter. Upon return, you'll start with a D+ for a second chance, but another mistake.
I like that actually, because again, if the quarterback ain't doing good, sometimes the coach puts in the backup. I like that.
They can lead to a permanent benching. And at the end of each game, your final grade determines what rewards or consequences you earn. That includes followers. You can gain or lose fans based on a performance. You can gain or lose XP based on it. You can gain or lose coach trust and coach happiness based on what you did in the game. And it says coach happiness isn't the same for everyone. A high overall starter may get the benefit of the doubt, but a fringe player or backup risks being sat back after one bad game. Consistency will be key. A single off day won't ruin you, but repeated struggles will start to compound and your coach's happiness will fade. Every rep, drive, and play matters in shaping your relationship with your coach. Again, I've said it a few times, it seems like they've made stuff a lot more dynamic this year, and to me, that's one of the bigger things that this mode in both college and Madden had been missing. Up next is progression. The progression is more natural, with skill group levels expanded from 10 to 20 for greater control over development. Upgrade costs are rebalanced to match your career pace. You can upgrade anything through gameplay, training, and NIL deals. New physical and mental abilities require meeting multiple thresholds to unlock top tier abilities, adding depth and differentiation across player types. And that brings us to the trophy room, which they finally added back this year. You can track your accomplishments, rivalry wins, bowl games, titles, and individual awards are automatically added, each with full context like opponent, season, and score. Each player has their own trophy room with over 160 trophies to collect. Now, we've gone through high school, we've gone through college. Now that brings us to the NFL, so we go over to Superstar mode now. Now, with Superstar mode, the first thing we got to talk about are career chapters, and this is something new that they're introducing.
Bro, it looks exactly like my 25.
They said missing from previous iterations of Superstar mode was a sense of where you stood in your journey at any given time. Yeah, you had an overall, and maybe you were on a Super Bowl winning team, but how close were you to becoming a true NFL superstar? The path to stardom has many steps, and with the addition of Superstar career chapters, you're tangibly stepping your way up to greatness. You will know who you are and what you need to do to reach the next level. You could start as a backup and earn your way to a starting role by proving yourself. As your career progresses, the challenge grows, winning over coaches, teammates, fans, and media on your path to greatness. Each chapter has clear goals, but failing them can cost you playing time. Balancing all aspects, performance, relationships, and reputation is key. So let's talk about the backup experience first. It says that the dev team set out to make playing as a backup fun and challenging, not just a grind. Inspired by real NFL stories like Brock Purdy and Russell Wilson, they wanted the experience to feel exciting and dynamic. To avoid repetitive drills, backups now get real in-game chances like mop-up duty or filling in due to injury, giving you meaningful opportunities to prove yourself and climb the depth chart. But there's also another chapter called Getting Benched. It says Superstar now adds real consequences, thankfully. Poor play can get you benched, and failing coach objectives may lead to a depth chart drop. But getting benched isn't the end. Like real-life comebacks from players such as Baker Mayfield or Geno Smith, redemption chapters let you fight your way back, rebuild trust, and reclaim your path to greatness. You could also...
You know, I really hope that, like, for example, like, if we're underdogs, I'm really hoping that that the other team, for example, if you're like, I don't know, the Rams, and then you won like 8 games, and then the other team won like 15 games, right? And you're going to get them in the playoffs. I'm hoping that team is like actually good, you know, like actually like really good. So
demand trades. It says trade demands are finally here in Superstar. Build enough
Thank you, bro. Shit.
influence with your agent, and you can request a trade at the season's end, choosing your next destinations. But switching teams does have a cost. You'll need to win over a new locker room and possibly fight for a starting job all over again. So those are just 3 different types of career chapters, but they also are talking about how you progress through these chapters. It says moving through chapters requires you to earn influence with key characters by meeting objectives. This is all managed by the sphere of influence. More on that in a bit. From the Superstar menu, you can always view your current chapter and objectives you need to reach the next chapter. The chapter list that they have here says high expectations, move up the depth chart, prove you belong, next steps, becoming team leader, fan sensation, superstar, and Hall of Famer. So these are all different chapters you can experience in the mode. There's also redemption chapters like find your footing, earn your spot back, or a step back. And that brings us to the sphere of influence, which is something new they're adding to Superstar mode. The sphere of influence lets you build relationships both on and off the field. Your gameplay and choices will determine who you bond with, and balancing these relationships is key. For example, as a QB, do you focus on building chemistry with your star wide receiver, or spread the ball around to everyone? You earn influence points by meeting objectives for each character, but poor choices can lead you to lose points. The sphere of influence tracks your top relationships and rewards so you can manage your connections and see how they impact your career. Now this brings us to your inner circle. In Superstar mode, once you've maximized an influence level with a character, they become part of your inner circle. This ensures that you can never lose influence points with them. Being in the inner circle also gives you an advantage. Each character in your inner circle boosts your influence modifier, allowing you to earn influence points faster with others. The more the relationship you build, the easier it is to gain trust from new characters. So they're kind of treating this a little more like a RPG in a way, and kind of how it would be in real life. Every player has an inner circle, they have an entourage or whatever, so there's different characters that you can bring in, and these people will help how you progress in different areas of the game. So what kind of people can be in your sphere of influence? Well, the first one obviously is going to be your coach. It's the most crucial relationship in the mode. To earn playing time, unlock your playbook, and use pre-play commands, you must maintain a strong influence with your coach. Achieving weekly objectives and good player grades is play. If you favor certain players like depth chart, so for your together. But there's also other characters that can come along during this as well. These characters, based on real-life archetypes, offer exclusive rewards and ways to enhance your inner circle modifier. For instance, the tattoo artist offers unique tattoos, while the sports psychologist can boost your game ratings. Each character has their own reward path, creating a fun collection and balancing system that provides meaningful, powerful boosts in your career. So they're kind of bringing back these characters from old Superstar mode. You actually have a tattoo artist, you have an agent, and they're going to all just offer different benefits based on what they would do for you in real life. Now, weekly activities also play into this. Every decision impacts your relationship with coaches, teammates, and the sphere of influence characters, unlocking new opportunities and creating challenges. Dynamic gameplay. Each week, you'll face different objectives based on your role. You're providing fresh storylines, challenges, and objectives that keep every game exciting. With over 500 unique game day beats, your Superstar experience will feel real and unpredictable. And that brings us to the next part where they talk about changing gameplay in Superstar mode. It says, as stated earlier, one of our goals was to sunset the days of Superstar gameplay feeling repetitive. Our top goal was to bring the front-end feeling of narrative, fiction, and achievement into the actual game. Sphere of Influence integrated with game day beats gives us several new ways to impact the game day experience. So like we just talked about, there's gameplay modifiers where you have to overcome a certain scheme or overcome the weather. There's coach objectives that are predicated on the modifier for a game or two like they talked about earlier, or maybe it's a blowout and they put you in at the end, just kind of see what you can do. There's going to be ways for you to get in the game and kind of prove that, hey, maybe you are better than the starter. And they also touched on the Superstar Live experience. It says live events have been revamped with new gameplay rules, environments, and exclusive rewards. Showdown returns with ranked divisions, letting you squad up for 3v3 competition, and you're back. You can compete against other Superstars in skill, and I don't know which mini games are going to be available at modes. And it says that the league evolves into a truly living mode with new abilities, sphere of influence characters, and level cap increases rolling out post-launch. So in up,
I guess connections. I mean, I guess. Now I'm gonna go with Jimmy High Roller. Pretty sure that he released a video. Yeah.
A 68-win record-setting team who's been the overwhelming favorite to win the title this season for practically the entire season, winning the title. This is not an underdog story or one riddled with ups and downs capped off with an improbable rise to glory. But it should have been. One of the youngest teams in the league with relatively little experience, aiming for a prize their franchise has only come within reaching distance of once before. Instead, this was a 100-game slaughter, a season of blowouts, absurd margins, awards, and shattered records. A season so dominant that skepticism turned into optimism, which quickly became expectation. And yet the 2025 OKC Thunder didn't just meet those expectations, they obliterated all of them. Because the Thunder aren't just champions, they have now completed one of the greatest seasons of all time.
Yep. 68-win team, second best net rating of all time, one of the best defensive of all time, the best margin of win, or the biggest point margin of all time. I mean, really, and this team was getting doubted by the media a lot. I think this season really like this season really showed into how dumb the NBA media could actually be. Like Stephen A. Smith, bro, what does he actually know about basketball, dude? Like, bro, he literally only bro, I guarantee you, whenever this man is not on, like the screen or whatever, and he literally just at home chilling, right? I guarantee you, he literally just watches the game, or he literally just waits until the end of the game, right? And then just looks at the damn, score and be like, oh, Klay Thompson didn't shoot too well. Okay, so I'm gonna go off of him about that. Let's see, Kyrie Irving had a really good game. It's casual. He's literal casual. Like, bro, this NBA media was so bad, bro. Like, bro, we had the Morris twins literally said the LA Lakers could beat the Thunder, bro, with no big. Who was their big? Jackson Hayes? What is he gonna do? What is Jackson Hayes gonna do against Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein, bro? That one game that they beat us with Luka was luck. It was lucky as fuck, bro. Do you really think that we were trying in those games? Like, do they honestly think that we were trying in any of those 2 games that we played the Lakers in? No, we weren't. Simply, we weren't trying. It's a simple answer. Look, why the hell would we try whenever we have the best record in the league, right? And we don't need to prove anything else. Again, we have the best. I think that we clinched the Western Conference in around like March or like probably like in the beginning of April. We literally clinched the Western Conference, into being like number 1. So I don't really get into how, why we would ever try. On the playoffs, we try and clear that.
Circuits for yield and added history as that even more exclusive club. Teams that didn't just win a title, but set entirely new standards on what is achievable in a single season. Of these 79 title-winning teams, only 8 of them achieved these 3 key metrics: a net rating of at least 10, an average margin of victory of at least 10, and at least 65 wins throughout the regular season. Those teams are the 71 Bucks, the 72 Lakers, the 92, 96, and 97 Bulls, the 08 Celtics, the 2015 Warriors, and the 2017 Warriors. These 8 teams are basketball royalty, so dominant that winning a championship was more of a victory lap than it was a testament to just how great they were. And without exception, all of these teams are regarded as the greatest teams or single seasons in NBA history. And now, a 9th team has been added to this exclusive club: the 2025 OKC Thunder. But to say they have simply entered this...
Yeah. I'll be honest. The 2015 Warriors. Never mind, I'm gonna say nothing about them. And Rockets went back to back. That's crazy. But look.
Club would actually be an understatement, because throughout the 2025 season, the Thunder finished with the 6th best record of all time. The
2024 to 2025 Cavs had the 15th best margin of victory, and only got eliminated in the second round. Scam, fucking scam, dude. Although anyone who's saying that the 2024 to 2023 to 2024 Celtics are better than the 2024-2025 Thunder, look right here, pal. Margin of victory 12.87. They were 11.34. Here, net rating, we were 12.8. They were 11.6. We were clearly the better team against the Celtics team. Like, if it was a 2024-2025 Thunder versus 24 Celtics, we would have put belt's ass on them, motherfuckers.
2nd highest net rating of all time and the largest margin of victory in the history of the league. By all measurable accounts, the 2025 Thunder have asserted themselves among some of the greatest seasons in the history of the league. In fact, they weren't just beating everyone. The Thunder spent the last 9 months completely eviscerating teams. In the NBA, a 20-point victory is cited as a blowout. On 29 different occasions, nearly a third of all of their games this season, the Thunder were up on their opponents by 20 points or more by the end of the 3rd quarter, which means 1 in every 3 games was already deemed a blowout before the 4th quarter even started. As the season progressed, the rapidly approaching realization that this team may just be having one of the greatest seasons of all time became clearer with each monumental beatdown. The MVP and scoring champion, a 23-year-old All-NBA guard by his side, not 1, but 2 all-defensive juggernauts. A rotation so deep, you'd swear they just subbed in another starting unit. It didn't take an analyst to know we were watching something special.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that we should definitely trade some of our players. Cause we got 17 people in the Thunder right now. We got the 2 rookies, and then we got the rest of our players. I ain't gonna lie, we need to get rid of Usman, Jang, him. We need to get rid of Us. We need to get rid of Dylan Jones, I feel like. And then right there, we just clear out those 2 spots, get some picks for them. And then, boom, right there, we're going to have Thomas Sorbers and that other rookie coming in.
special. In fact, by the time the playoffs rolled around, a very uncomfortable conversation quickly followed.
They are 4 wins away, Demonze, from one of the single greatest seasons in NBA history.
Like, they've won 79 games between the regular season and the playoffs. They could be as extravagant and arrogant as they wish. They just aren't.
Are we seeing the potential of an all-time great team here?
The NBA should be worried.
Is this
No, I mean 100% they should. Look, and again, it's not that I'm a Thunder fan. It's we have won. I think that we're the youngest team in NBA history to win a championship with a average age of 24.8. That right there to me is greatness. OKC, this OKC team is the definition of greatness. Just like the Warriors, just like the Bulls, just like the Lakers, just like the Celtics. This OKC team is greatness. Greatness. The second best net rating of all time. And I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? I'm gonna create a hot take. Hot take coming up. The Indiana Pacers, this Indiana team, could have beat any team in the NBA. In the Western Conference, they could beat them. Like, if we switch, like, if they switch sides with us, I guarantee you, they would have beat every team. They would have slaughtered them. They would have slaughtered LA. They would have slaughtered Minnesota. They would have slaughtered everyone who comes in their way.
team truly one of the greatest?
And I gotta give them credit. 2024 to 2025, Indiana Pacers is probably gonna be the biggest what if team of all time. Really.
Teams ever, or at the very least, are they having one of the greatest seasons ever? A dialogue that was routinely and justifiably shot down every time it came up.
OKC need to prove themselves in the playoffs. Hopefully they get the chip too. Yeah, well, Hall are very good. Golden State won 73 games in that season, but doesn't mean they didn't win a ring. You need to cap the season with a championship or failure, no way around it. Yeah, but you really can't give them that title until they win something.
To even enter that,
you literally have to go back one season to find a championship team that will beat them, and easily. Need more hardware to be all-time great.
discussion, they first had to win a championship, something that we've seen countless good teams fall short of. But not this one, checking the final box on a season that is now certainly in that rare and exceptional group. But of all the things this Thunder team has in common with the greats that came before it, how they managed to pull it off is what sets them apart. Among the requirements of nearly every championship team are talent, depth, defense, execution, and experience. After all, the one glaring hole in OKC's armor going into the playoffs was their lack of it. The regular season and the postseason have become so disconnected in recent years that winning 68 games in historic fashion isn't nearly convincing enough if you haven't proven yourself in the playoffs. And as we all know, the road to a championship usually takes years, with countless casualties along the way. Players coming and going, heartbreak, entire roster identities changing in search for a winning formula. But this team didn't just win it all. They won it way faster than they should have. Over the last 30 seasons, the average age across the NBA is about 26.8 years old. Throughout that same time span, the average age of championship-winning rosters is about 2 years older, at 28.8 years old. Championship rosters are usually comprised of players with more experience, they're more battle-tested, and in many cases have spent years falling short of a championship before they finally achieve their ultimate goal. The 2025 Thunder being the exception, with an average roster age of just 24.8 years old.
24.8 years old. The youngest team to ever win a championship of all time. All time, man.
By far, the youngest team to win a title in nearly 50 years. In fact, most championship teams don't even have a single player, let alone an entire roster this young getting minutes in the playoffs. So not only have the Thunder just put together one of the most complete and dominant seasons the league has ever seen, they did it about 4 years ahead of schedule. So what is next for a team that essentially checked off every single box in a season? the burden of proving they can do it again. Over the last...
The only way that OKC could ever have a dynasty, and this comes from OKC fan, is if J-Dub and Chet Holmgren take pay cuts in their extensions. Because again, they're going to get paid, right? But if they can get a pay cut, or again, if they want to, win a lot of championships, right, they need to take pay cuts.
Few days, the word dynasty has been thrown around, what it means to be a dynasty and what it takes to build one. But if the current era of the NBA has taught us anything, it's that dynasties might just be a thing of the past. Every generation has seen at least one of these teams, whether it was the Celtics and the Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls of the 90s, the Lakers and Spurs in the 2000s, and the Warriors in the 2010s. And they have played a pivotal role throughout NBA history. At least they did, up until recently. Since 2019, the NBA has seen a different champion every year, 7 different teams across 7 seasons, the longest span of unique title winners in NBA history. As if winning a championship wasn't difficult enough, winning another one is magnitudes more difficult. And in recent times, it has become nearly impossible. With every team that shows signs of building something that will truly last, comes the stark reminder that it probably won't. Players seeking greener pastures, a championship run often bringing out the egos in everyone involved. They lose sight of the team. Sometimes it can simply be a logistical nightmare to keep a winning team together. Injuries can throw off timelines, young players get too expensive, old players get even older, the mileage adds up, and the window closes a whole lot faster than you would ever expect. Which means one of two things is true. Either we are truly in the era of parity and analytics, the speed of information, modern day roster constructions, and the depth of talent has made it virtually impossible to build a lead on the competition, or there will be a dynasty of the 20s. We just haven't seen it yet, but we may be looking at one in the making. In a league where talent is a rotating door and assets are thrown around like cheap commodities, the Thunder have taken an unconventional route to a title, actually developing players and building from within. Roster continuity is an ever-increasing point of emphasis in the NBA today. Recent history...
And not only that, right, but this OKC team has one of the best, has very good chemistry. Like Shea and that whole team, just has amazing chemistry, and I think that's what makes it scary also, because if they keep that same chemistry, right, every single season, that's probably going to up their chances into the main players like Chet and Dub to re-sign to an extension, but also taking a pay cut so that the Thunder can get more players. If they do that, may God have mercy on the league, because that's going to be dangerous. I mean, if they do that, this team could three-peat easily if they do that. Because Chet Holmgren, his scoring is going to evolve next season. Dub, his scoring is going to evolve next season also. Everyone's scoring is going to evolve, right? Because everyone is at that age into where they could evolve and take another step. Mind you, we haven't even seen Chet nor Dub's prime yet. We haven't seen their prime yet. And once we see that prime, and if there's still no KC, that team's going to be scary. I'm just saying, that team's going to be scary.
Has shown that the once viable method of building top-heavy super teams centered around a couple of superstar talents with little to no supporting cast was a failing model. The smartest organizations around the league shifted their focus away from acquiring top-end talent at any cost to the more traditional and sustainable model of developing players from within and acquiring pieces based on fit rather than sheer talent. And no team has mastered the art of drafting, developing, and fit better than the Thunder have. Since 2019, the average roster continuity among championship teams, essentially how much a team stayed the same from one season to the next, was about 61%. That means, on average, 61% of these championship teams' minutes were filled by players from the previous season's roster. The 2025 Thunder had a roster continuity of 79%.
Look. Alright, damn. Oh, where's the 2018? Okay. Wait, 2018. That falls short. Yeah. Okay, look.
Meaning the vast majority of their minutes were played by guys who they purposefully built around.
You know, OKC, they've actually evolved every single year. From 24 wins to a play-in team to the number one seed in the West, and they're now the champions of the NBA. That they took a leap every single year.
Rather than outsourcing. In this new era of deep, consistent rosters where chemistry and fit matter just as much as talent, the OKC Thunder have built the youngest, most continuous roster in the entire league, while being the best team in the league. But the anomalous nature of this team doesn't end there, because the Thunder's front office has built this team for the future. I think they would be the first to admit that this immense success, although part of the plan, was not expected to come this early. And evidence of this can be found here. Among the championship teams in this era of parity, the 2020 Lakers have had the lowest payroll, winning a title with just the 11th most expensive team in the league. These other rosters sitting well amongst the most expensive teams in the NBA at the time. This year's Thunder roster had the 25th highest payroll in the NBA. This
Thunder team and not, bro, I'm looking at this. Pistons, 140 million. Pistons, 140 million. Damn, that's crazy. 140 million for the Pistons, Orlando, San Antonio. Wow. But mind you, the Pistons were first round exits. Orlando with the first round exits. Spurs yet to take that out of the leap. Probably gonna be next season. Memphis with the first round exit, and then here you got champions. And the Pacers aren't even that far ahead of them either, or far apart from them either. Look at that, 169 million.
This team has their future growth already baked into the numbers. Where many teams of the past had to break up their core or watch key players walk away due to money, the Thunder are one of the cheapest rosters in the league, giving themselves room to offer the highest bid to anyone who may want to leave or inevitably be up for an extension. They say money can't buy championships, but it sure does help. Fortunately, the Thunder just won one of the cheapest rings in NBA history. But possibly the largest positive indicator for the future of this team, and a reflection of just how abnormal their accomplishments are, is the fact that they are the sole owner of the largest draft stockpile in the entire league, with 24 picks over the next 5 seasons. Now, this has been a big development over the last couple of seasons, just how good the Thunder are while sitting.
Oh, bro, literally right now, how many Spurs got? 18, 24 picks, and they just won a championship.
On a million picks, but the Thunder actually winning a championship changes everything and makes these assets look even more unbelievable. You want to see the cost of trying to win now? The teams that are highlighted represent the 8 teams that made it past the first round of the playoffs this season. Nearly all of them near the bottom of the league in terms of draft capital. Even more shocking, when we highlight the last 5 championship teams, they are the bottom 5 in the league in terms of future draft picks. Winning comes at a hefty price, a price that the Thunder managed to completely evade. Outside of OKC, the only team that made it out of the first round while maintaining more than their fair share of draft picks were the Pacers. Every other team that is within vicinity of OKC is nowhere near even competing for a championship right now. In fact, the only reason why a team should even have as much draft capital as the Thunder do is if they have essentially forfeited the next season or two in an attempt to rebuild. Meanwhile, the Thunder just completed one of the best seasons of all time while simultaneously building a gluttony of assets for the future. This is unheard of. Usually, in fact, almost always, you do not get to be good now and be good later. You have to go all in on one or the other. Except, of course, if you're Sam Presti and the Thunder and you are attempting to do what no team can seem to pull off, be the next great NBA dynasty. But as it stands, the 2025 Thunder have already defied the odds. A young, small market team that was built from homegrown talent, not only stamping their name in every
this OKC team really remind me of a team who is how can I say it? This OKC team remind me of friends, they're really good friends, and like they're throwing oops to each other. Like they playing like like a family. And this team is definitely a family, 100%. And that's tough to beat again. Whenever you got really good players, you got a team who acts like a family, right? And you got some most draft picks in the whole NBA. That's gonna be scary. That's gonna be scary.
Record book, but cementing their legacy as NBA champions and doing it smart.
Say bless you, motherfucker. All right, my bad. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, OKC. I'm not really worried about their future, honestly. People are like, oh, the second apron is gonna beat the crap out of OKC and all that. I don't know about that. Because if they have this exact same chemistry coming into next season, which they probably are, and not even better, I could see J-Dub and Chet take a pay cut. Because if they take a pay cut, the league is genuinely fucked. The league is genuinely fucked. And they keep all their players. People are saying that they're gonna get rid of Hartenstein because he's probably gonna want more, which I get that, but I don't really know about that yet. Again, if they do trade him, they trade him, but we'll see, right? But this team probably has the best chemistry in the league, for real, and that chemistry, man. If they really hold out this chemistry. Man, this team could go a long ways.
Smarter, faster, and about as unlikely as any team ever has.
It's the truth. It's the truth. OKC is the next dynasty. I don't care what anyone says. Okay, so I can see. I think they already saw it just now, but let me see. Is a likely cap casualty. Which team? I think OKC should pursue him low key. Of course, bro. Fucking Lakers want everyone in the damn team. Piece of shits, bro. I hate LA fans, bro. Sorry. I hate LA fans. I think this guy will be actually nice with the Thunder. Okay. Whoa, what the hell? Okay. So we got a lot of news. Okay. The Suns are expected to let Bobo walk in free agency. What teams should sign him? Of course, probably going to see the Lakers. Yep, told you. We don't want Bobo, baby. I mean, do we want Bobo? Do the OKC fans actually want Bobo? I mean, I wouldn't mind him, but nah. But again, look, Lakers, like, bro, y'all Lakers fans are pieces of shit, dude. I hate y'all. Here, Josh Giddey, the Bulls are heading towards a multi-year deal worth roughly $30 million annually. Wow. Giddey getting signed for $30 million? Ugh, I don't know about that. Overpay. 100%. This man is worth at least probably 20 to 25 million. At best. But alright, fight. Now, here's the one I actually wanted to get into. Nas Reed signs a 5-year, $125 million deal to stay with the Wolves. Now, I'm pretty sure there was like that IG thing that was going on. And it was Nas Reed telling the guy that he was trash talking to. He was like, hey, watch me get a $100 million plus deal. Or something like that. I forgot what he said. And he got it. 5-year, $125 million deal to stay with the Wolves. Sheesh. That team's expensive. That team is expensive. They got Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, Edwards. Has Edwards even signed his extension yet? He probably has already, yeah. Yeah, he definitely already signed it. $45.5 million deal. You got Nas Reed now going to be making $25 million. No, $25 million or $30 million? No, I think not. $25 million. Jaden McDaniels $24 million. Julius Randle $30 million. And then Rudy Gobert $35 million. And Edwards $45.5 million. This Timberwolves team going down the drain. I'm sorry. People saying overpay. I don't think this is a locked-in trade or a locked-in deal. I don't know about that. Does Golden State actually have the assets to get Giannis? Let me check. I'm pretty sure they do, right? But I don't think they could afford him. Because they're going to get rid of Green or Jimmy in this deal. Like, it probably have to be Draymond, Giannis, Moody. I think go over here. Sign Nets for a 4-year deal. I think he's gonna want at least $25 million. Boom. So you sign him back, $25 million deal. Straight into the Bucks. That's already $63.1 million coming in for them. I don't know if they're actually gonna be able to. I think they can. And maybe even 2020. They don't got these many picks. Bullshit. They don't got these many picks. Oh, right there. But then you kind of see, you're like, damn. Well, they got. They didn't really got no one. I mean, they got Steph. They got Steph, Pods, Jimmy, Giannis. Then you're probably gonna have either TJD or Quinn Post. I wouldn't do this trade for Giannis. I wouldn't trade for Giannis. Knicks, definitely. How about the Raptors? Are they interested? The Raptors aren't interested? Damn. Him. You really honestly can't trade for the guy because you probably have to get rid of him. Probably Mitchell Robinson in that deal. But look at that. That would actually put him under the first apron. I'll do that. I want to do that again. I ain't that valuable, but then you get rid of a pick, maybe 2, maybe 3. Realistically, they're trying to gut out this whole thing. Get rid of everything in this deal. No, it just wouldn't work out. Miami. I mean, I don't even know about that. But okay, look. But I need to make some clips real quick. Okay, so Nas Reed just signed a 5-year, $125 million deal. Now, I think this is an absolute, like, too much money for this guy. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's, yeah, he's going to score, 15 points off the bench, right? But let's be honest here. He's going to score 15 plus and play no defense. Like, what can he do aside of scoring 15 plus points? Can he defend? Can he rebound? Can he get assists? Like, what can he do? That's not shooting. So again, this is, and again, they're gonna have. I mean, this team is royally fucked. I mean, you look at it, and they're under the first apron, right? But I don't know. Let's view the contract. Sign a new contract. Was it a 5-year deal? I'm gonna do a 4-year deal, and it's gonna be $25 million a year. Well, imagine. $25 million deal, that's going to put them under the first and second apron. They're going to be under negative $24.1 million in the first apron, and then they're going to be $12.2 million over the second apron. So, again, this is not a good deal. Again, I think this is way too much for Naz Reid. You're talking about someone that's going to, put up 15 points but play no defense and still lose the fucking game. It's just something that I'm not really concerned about. Again, I'm a Thunder fan, so I'm not really concerned about this trade, right, or this deal going on. I actually wanted the guy, right, but I mean, I wouldn't want him for $25 million a year. Hell no. How much is Thunder? Damn, we still signed someone for $9.1 million. Or $16.7 million, I don't know. Anything else? I'm buying it right now. I might go in 3 hours and 40 minutes. No. He's out? Damn. That's crazy.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. There's a statue of Dirk outside the arena. Obviously, he was the face of this franchise for a long time. He kind of handed the baton to Luka. The anticipation is he would have been the face for a long time. Plans changed. There's now that anticipation for you. How do you feel about kind of that lineage and the responsibility that comes with those sort of expectations?
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming in just trying to learn and trying to get better every single day. And I think if I can do that to the best of my ability, I think expectations and pressures that other people, will put on me and our team, that will kind of work itself out. So, I'm just trying to come in and be the best that I can be. Situate all in and learn from.
Okay, Creepy Pratt falls in love with the decoy. You want to do another one of those scary videos? I'll do another one of those scary videos. I'll do two.
What up, boys? It's your boy Skeet Hansen here, back at it again. We are in Lansing, Michigan, right outside the Barnes & Noble bookstore. Yeah, we're outside the bookstore. Right now we are waiting for our potential predator right now. His name is Edward. Here he's wearing a hat in the work vicinity. It says, most people's opinions suck, except for mine. Apparently his opinion is that should be legal, though. So apparently that's not a sucky opinion to him, because he is here to meet, gonna be here to meet a. He's 52 years old. He has pretty good facial hair here, actually. I can't even hate on this. It's actually pretty well-structured facial hair. I can't say he has an Amber Alert mustache. I mean, this is like, a zaddy beard he's got going on. In the gay community, he would definitely be known as a bear, for sure. And apparently he's looking for a girl cub, so, we're gonna see what that's all about here. And he says, I want to meet you, but just don't want trouble with cops or parents. I wonder why. And this guy also lives in a motel. He wants the girl to come to the motel room at some point after he talks to her here. Talks about oral sex, asks if her ex-boyfriend fingered her or anything like that.
Bro, look, this man looks like he's pushing 60 years old, bro. 60 to 65 years old. And this motherfucker going out with some underage girl, bro. Bro, can you not get no, like either bro doesn't like the grandma ussy or he just wants something new. I don't fucking know. I don't know if he just doesn't rock with the grandma ussy or if he just does, if wants something new. I don't know. But, bro, get someone your age, dude. Like, get someone that's at least 50. I mean, again, that's not grandma, right? I mean, that's like almost like, that's auntie type age. Come on, dude.
And here we have just an outlook on what the day in the life is like. This is a picture of the inside of his car here. He's listening to Hot 96.7, whatever the f***'s on that radio station. And, you know, we got the classic Mountain Dew here with the ashtray and the cigarettes. And he asks what she wants to do. He says, French kiss or regular kiss. I wonder what his preference would be. And then at some point in Snapchat, he says, you do delete my messages after I send them to you, right? He's making sure, double checking, making sure that the girl is going to delete the messages, you know, to get rid of the evidence and whatnot. Now, you know, we've gone over the chat log, you know, a little bit. I know you're probably thinking, this is clearly a bad guy. Edward, he's 52, and he's coming to me to, you know, of course, that's all bad. But what if I told you that that wasn't the extent of what we're dealing with today? So today we actually have a bit of a double feature because Edward is not talking to one decoy, but he's also talking to two. He's talking to both my decoys right now, but he doesn't know that they know each other. I mean, right now it's like Edward is just trying to build, he's trying to build up a roster of to talk to. I mean, you know, when's he going to stop? He didn't stop at one. He's probably not stopping at two.
Bro, what? So, not only is this man talking to an underage girl, but this man is also a bop. Damn. Hey, man, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, bro. Damn, that's bad, bro. Shit, that's 2 red flags. That's 2 big red flags.
He's probably just trying to talk to as many as he can. It's just terrible, but
Man, buddy just going on quick ad, you know, and just talking to girls. You know, I actually used to do that. You know, I was like 16, 17 at the time. Or I was 6, 7. Okay, I'm sorry. But look, I was like 16 or 17 years old, right? And I should just like get girls on quick ad. Mind you, I got like 10 numbers out of like the 15 girls that I dated, or not dated, but the 15 girls that I got their phone number, or that I texted, I got their phone number, like at least 10 of them, right? But then one day I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore. Again, it's just not me, you know, because again, I'm talking to 10 different girls. I'm not really showing the type of love that I want to show to only one girl that she loved, you know. So I told him, hey, you know, like, thanks for, got to know you, right? But again, this is just not me. You know, I need to change my life around. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but goodbye. And that's what I said, you know, and ever since then, really, I haven't really been active. Because really, the one thing I really advise y'all to do, man, is like always know your value. You know what I mean? It's like a I don't know, a very expensive sports card, you know? Like a autograph signed Babe Ruth card, you know what I mean? I don't know if those are even going, or a rookie LeBron James card, right? Signed. And you keep that, right? But again, you're not going to be seeing so much of them, right? Again, it's only one. It's worth a lot. So that's kind of how I think about you know, girls, you know, for example, like, again, I can't have 5 of them, you know, like 5 regular LeBron James cards that he's on the Lakers, you know, and all that. Again, those aren't really going to go for much. But if I have that rookie LeBron James card, that's going to go for a lot. Again, it's only one card. It's only one card, but look, that's going to give me money. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I think about it, you know, like girls, and boys also. I mean, again, 4 girls here. You know, you always want to go for the guy. You know who actually cares about you. And again, it's not just gonna be a little side piece. Again, side pieces are a completely red flag in any type of woman for me. You know what I mean? Always, always, always find that one that you really, really love. You know. That has a good attitude, good morals, you know, believes in what you believe, you know, and you always have good chemistry. You know what I mean? And also doesn't cheat. All that. So, yeah.
You know, we have that chat log printed out too, and it's more of the same stuff, but except with this one, it seems that Edward fell in love with this decoy. He says, "I love you," multiple times, wants her to say it back. She doesn't say it back, and then he sends this terrible looking picture of him laying down. Look at this bear. I mean, he can't even open his eyes, and his mustache here is stained brown from all those Pall Mall 100s that he's smoking. And you can see right here, it says, "I love you. Do you love me?" Look at that. I mean, you know, Edward, she's come on. And he says it again, "Do you love me?" And the decoy just ignores him because it's obviously a weird ass question. So yeah, we're getting ready to, you know, see this guy most likely waddle on into this Barnes & Noble bookstore, and then we're gonna go in the back in the kids section and confront him about these actions. So stay tuned. Oh, look what we got. He's in a red van. She took a picture of it. Right there. He's in the parking lot somewhere right around here. Looks like he's probably on... Oh, I see it right there, actually. You can see it. I'm on this side right here. On your side? Yeah, on my side, you can't see it from here, but he is here. He is pulled up. He just turned his car off. Okay, waiting to see him walk in right now. He's in the town and country. Actually, if you hand me the camera, I can get a shot of it right here. I see the door opening. Oh my god. Yep. There he is. There he is. See him? There he is. We got it. There he is. Okay, I'm gonna tell her I see him walking up now. Oh, good lord, there he is.
That's him. What the gray sweat?
That is him. Yep, and the long hair, that's him. Chester just said he's in here, but they're not in the kids section yet, so we'll give it just another minute. He's leaving, what the fuck?
He's leaving?
He's leaving, yeah, he's right here, Hey, Edward, were you browsing the juvenile nonfiction section? Do you like watching videos like the what? Also, looking at in there.
Cookbooks. And
Cookbooks. Anything about meeting or anything like that? Because this would be your picture, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna be real with you, Edward.
I wasn't coming to meet her, no.
Well, I know what's going on here, and I want to level with you and.
I mean, he was about to leave.
Not get law enforcement involved if we can just talk it out. Do you think we can do that?
Yeah.
Because I know what's going on. Do you want to just have a seat over there and talk about it? Because I'll be real, man. I don't want to get you in trouble or anything.
No, I don't plan on meeting her. No.
Okay.
I don't plan on meeting her. So,
okay, but didn't you just talk to her in there for a little bit?
I just asked where she was at.
Yes, where she was at.
Because, like I said, when she approached me on Meet Me.
On Meet Me, yeah.
She said she was 19.
She said that.
That's what it says on her profile.
Well, it says on her profile, but what did she tell you?
She didn't tell me an age.
She didn't tell you an age? Well, but
I don't believe she did.
But Edward, if you look right here,
know.
it
She
says. Well, yeah, it says right there. It says I'm though.
Oh, okay. Well,
do you remember that? And do you remember saying things about are there cops involved, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, to me it seems no, there's not. But to me it seems like you're probably just a nice guy, an honest guy that maybe just made a mistake.
I wasn't going to meet her though.
You weren't.
Once I would have seen her, I would have just walked away.
Well, I hear you, but
I'm not into that.
Hold on, Chris Paul. Hold up. Is reportedly determined to play for an LA team. Okay. Damn, we go to the Lakers now. Shit. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. But look, bro. I really wish I had a webcam right now, bro. Why the fuck would you go to a Barnes & Noble to meet a girl and just look at her and then leave? Really, motherfucker? Really? We all knew what was gonna happen, dude, bro. Shit, and he's a terrible liar.
You're not into what? There's a reason that most of these individuals absolutely crumble. Just like over a $25 billion recovered for year count and
For myself, if she,
Noble here you are at Barnes & Noble.
because like I said, I wanted to see for myself if she was lying or what. You know.
Okay.
Like I said, if she would have looked like a kid, no, I would not.
If she would have. So you didn't actually see her in there?
No.
Okay. Well, can we just sit down on the bench and just talk it over? Because we got a few things to get through here. Is that okay with you?
Right here.
Well, I'd rather just sit down just so we're all more comfortable and everything.
This guy is recording me, so.
Well, he's recording both of us for our safety. That way, I'm a big guy, you're a big guy. I don't want you to say, go to the police and say I did something to you.
Well, and then now you're probably going to go to the police.
I'm not going to the police. I just want to talk to you about it,
It's just for everyone's safety.
It's just really just for everyone's safety here. I mean, you even say your parents don't get mad at you for dating someone older than you. I want to meet, but I just don't want to get in trouble with cops or parents. You're not working with cops, are you? I mean, why'd you want to know all that if you didn't think she was actually the age that she said?
Just like I said, when I would have seen her, I would have walked away.
Okay.
Bro, it's so unbelievable, dude. Like, bro, what do you mean that once you've seen her, you would have walked away?
Okay. Well.
Everything going okay here?
Yeah, we're good. How's it going? Yeah.
Good.
Were you just like loss prevention or?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay. So, well, I mean, just be honest with me, Edward. Did you see her in there?
I didn't.
You didn't even see her?
No.
Really?
No.
Didn't talk to her or anything?
No. I messaged her on the phone.
You messaged her on the phone?
Yeah, I didn't see her in person.
Excuse me, sir, you're loss prevention, right? I don't know if you saw, I'm not going to tell him what's going on, but I don't know if you saw this gentleman in the store just a little bit ago.
Yeah, he was browsing cookbooks.
He's browsing cookbooks. Was he with anyone in there, or?
I didn't see that.
Oh, okay, got it.
Why would
So,
are you looking for someone?
No.
I think he's just here you're just here to meet a friend or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just here to
What
meet.
does your friend look like?
I don't know.
Like blonde?
Your friend look like?
Blonde, right?
She could have had blonde hair.
She would have blonde
Do you have a
hair.
picture of her?
No. She was just going to text me and let me know where she was at. So.
And she let you know that she was in there, right? So don't you think you should go in there and talk to her?
No.
Do you have a name of your friend? Like who you're supposed to meet here?
No.
So you don't have a name of your friend, or you don't know your picture of your friend?
No.
Because we can go back in and try and find your friend.
Yeah, we can, if you're looking for your friend.
No. I'm not even worried about it.
If you know what I mean,
No.
Okay. But Edward, I mean, why'd you... So you're in...
Go.
Okay.
Well, he's just making sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
He's good. We're good.
Okay.
If needed, I'll appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Here for now until you guys are done.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah. And do you guys have... I know you have Starbucks. Do you have pizza as well? I'm kind of hungry.
Not normally, but I can order some.
Oh.
We're close.
Yeah, whatever's around.
If you want, I can order some.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So then you even say you're living in a motel room, right?
Bro, this man literally talking to a predator, dude, and this man wants a pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. And you asked her if she wants to come to your room?
Yeah, but like I said, if I would have seen that she was...
Okay.
Like I said, I wouldn't have even talked to her.
Gotcha. So how would you see if she's though? Like, how
Because
would
you can tell by a look of a person.
You can just tell by the look. What about the pictures she sent you, though,
The
Edward?
pictures, she had, she's...
Like filters.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Okay. No, I hear you. I see how you could have made, the mistake, but, my thing is,
it won't happen again, sir, so
well,
please.
I just got to level with you for a minute, just so I can know that. That's why I want to sit inside with you.
I promise you that.
Oh, for sure. Well, that's why I just wanted to sit inside with you. It's kind of cold out here, and just talk about it.
I got you. So.
Well, apparently you don't, Edward, because you made some time to come meet her today.
Like I said, if I would have seen that, I would have been done.
But Edward, you did see it. You saw it she said it 2 messages in.
Right. Like I said, if I would have seen what she looked like, and I would have seen she was a kid.
Okay, but her just telling you she was a kid wasn't enough for you?
You never know. People. lies. And
People lie.
everything.
Well, I understand lying about being older if you're younger because adults have more access to things, but being an adult and lying about being
See,
underage.
I knew something was fishy.
Why? Well, Edward,
Yeah.
I just. Well, no, it is fishy what you're here to do. I mean,
But like I said, if I was seen her, I wouldn't have
and
even
you
talked to her.
Well, but you talk about like oral sex and everything. It's just, it's all just. It just looks like you're here to do what you're here to do.
No, we're done.
You know what I
sir.
mean? Well, Edward, we have to get through some more of this. You know.
There ain't nothing more to saw.
Oh, there is more. There is more. And Edward, let me ask you this: have you done this before? Have you talked to anyone?
No.
Are you talking to
Call my
anyone?
lawyer.
You can't. Well, Edward, look. We didn't even tell the loss prevention guy what was going on. So that's why I thought we could level. Now, Edward.
You're sitting there basically telling him, did he meet a girl?
No,
Did he do this?
I didn't tell her the age. I didn't tell him the age, did I? I wanted to keep that a secret.
Well,
I don't want him to
if
know.
I don't know what she looks like. How am
I hear ya.
When he says something,
But-
how am I supposed to not say something?
Edward, I'm going to be real. We know about the other girl as well. Okay. We know
I'm not gonna go meet.
the one that you're talking to and already have committed the crime online. And Edward, I mean, I just want to level with you. That way we don't have to get authorities involved.
You're going to get authorities involved.
I'm not. I just want to talk to you and just make sure. I have to know. You have to convince me that you're not going to go and do a thing like this again.
I'm not. I'm deleting the site.
Well, Edward, how can I believe that if we don't talk it through? You know what I mean? Because, you know, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Are you leaving the scene right now?
No.
Did he take something or?
No, just want to get things documented because I had some suspicious activity. License
Oh. I think it's because
There you
you.
go.
I think it may be because you walked in and didn't buy anything.
There you go. Now you
Well,
got
Edward, Edward, if you go, they're gonna show up to your wherever you're at. We have your license plate and all your information and everything.
Now you're getting me in trouble.
Well, we're not.
Yeah, you are.
We're not.
You did that yourself.
Well, Edward, look.
No, you guys.
Edward,
trying to hem me up.
Well, Edward, look. We don't want to get you in trouble.
Well, shit.
And we.
Calling the cops.
Bro, what do you mean? Getting you in trouble? They're not getting you in trouble. You got yourself in trouble.
I think it's about something else. I think
No,
it's
it
because you were in there real quick and you left, or you're fleeing a crime scene. If you leave right now is a thing. And I don't think you want that on your hands, do you?
Come on, sir. You're gonna wait till the cops get here, right?
Well, I don't want to. I want to talk to you and level
Well,
with you
that's what
first.
You're doing. You're letting him.
But
prolong you guys.
Edward, at the same time, if you do leave, the police are going to be on you and they're going to show up to wherever you're at. We have your license plate. We have all of your
See, there you
information.
go.
Well, that's why I'm saying you shouldn't leave a crime scene. You know what I mean?
But you're
It
calling the cops, right?
I don't want to. If we
are.
could just level.
We are.
If I can just level with you, Edward. Well, can we talk it through? The thing is,
talking.
you don't want to leave a crime
We've
scene
been
at
talking,
this
sir.
point. So can we just talk some more?
What? Till the cops get here?
No, we don't even have to go that far. I mean, you ask her if she wants to do a French kiss or regular kiss. I mean, why'd you want to do that with her? You
Like
know?
I said, if I would have seen her, I would have walked away, sir.
Okay.
I promise you that.
Okay. And then you do say you delete my messages after I send them to you, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you want her to delete the messages?
So nobody could see them.
Why not?
Because why does anybody need to see them?
You tell me.
I don't know, sir.
Is it maybe because it's illegal?
Like I said, if I would have truly seen that she was that young, I would have never even
Okay.
talked to her. Like I told you.
And I do see your hat says most people's opinions suck except for mine. Would your opinion be that should be the age of consent?
No, sir.
What-
This hat just has nothing to do with it.
Has nothing to do with that?
No.
What's your opinion on the age of consent?
Over 18.
So why are you hurting me?
Like I said,
After
if I
she
would've-
told you she was Edward.
If I would have knew, I wouldn't have
Okay.
even talked to her, sir.
But you didn't say, hey, are you lying about your age? Are you serious? All you said was, don't tell your parents, don't get the cops involved, delete the messages.
Okay, now you're getting the cops involved.
It just seems like you were here to do what you're going to do, you know?
Like I said, if I would have seen her, I wouldn't even said anything.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say anything, and I would have just walked away.
Just walked away and just, okay. So you would have had to confirm it in person that she's actually,
Yes.
so her sending pictures and saying it wasn't enough.
Well, because like I said, filters, you know.
Okay, yeah, there's filters. But what about the other you were talking to, this young lady here? Do you recall talking to her online?
Yep, I talked to
Okay.
her, and when she told me she was, I just basically,
Yeah.
stopped talking to her. Then she hit me up again, and
Okay. Well, I hear that.
then she's like trying to make plans for this weekend. You know, no,
Okay.
I'm not doing.
Okay, but
No,
you
that's
were
not me.
But you were still talking to her. back and forth.
I talked to her, yeah, but I was not going to go meet her.
You were
I'm
just
not gonna go meet
talking.
her.
You were just being nice, talking.
Yes.
Okay. Because I know you do say.
She said she wanted friends.
Yeah, I know you said I better block you so I don't get in trouble. And then you don't want to meet her in case someone finds out. But then the very next page, you're asking her for pictures of herself. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Cops over there, right?
Yeah, they're coming over here.
Yeah, see?
And then you say I love.
I knew you were doing this to me, bro.
What'd you think I was doing to you?
Calling the cops.
Well, don't you think you did this to yourself by coming here to meet what
But
you
I
thought
didn't
was
meet
it?
her.
But you're here at the location.
But I didn't meet her though.
And Edward, can I ask you why you said I love you?
That wasn't even supposed to come out to her.
You meant to send that to someone else.
I was saying it to my mom.
Your mom.
Bro, this is the F tier liar, dude. F tier liar.
My mom was in the car when I was messaging her the last few times.
So did Siri hear you say that and type it out?
Yeah, because I use voice command.
So you said I love you to your mom, and then it somehow.
My mom said I love you when she was getting out of the car.
And then it somehow got sent to.
Yeah.
Edward, that.
I would not tell I love her. No. Sorry.
But you even say it again after she doesn't reply. You say, "Do you want to love me? I love you. Do you love me?" So you said that to your mom? I love you. Do you love me? And then Siri translated that to text. And then a few minutes after that, you say, "Do you want to love me?" You said, "Do you want to love me?" to your mom.
Yeah.
Why would you talk to your mother so freaky?
Because freaky.
I mean, you say, "Do you want to love me?" That's like some Keith Sweat type stuff. I mean,
my mom is old.
so that's kind of just her lingo.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Edward, is there anything else you have to say here?
Yeah, that I'm not going to meet her. So.
But you came here. Oh, okay. How you doing?
Stand by my car for me and I want to talk.
Oh yeah. No problem.
All right, sir.
Fortunately, we didn't get him in the Barnes & Noble like we wanted, but we got him to stop. To have a chat. So I wonder why he walked out.
Yeah,
that was really weird.
I'm not looking sus at all.
Yeah.
Hey, which one of you gentlemen is Ski?
That'd be me.
That's you?
Yeah.
Okay, so based off of just what I read in the notes, it kind of sounds like you were talking with this guy or something like that, or you were disguised as someone?
That would be this young lady here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
it was her and another young lady. They're basically my decoys. They go on these apps and they're talking to these guys.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, because we were just talking with one of our detectives about stuff like this not too long ago.
Okay. I also have everything printed off here in this binder. If you care to look through that.
You've got all the conversations.
What'd he say?
Skirt in this weather?
Wants you to wear like girly panties, or what was it? Little girl panties. That's what he said. Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's what he said he wanted her to wear.
That
Yeah.
was on Snapchat.
Yeah. How's it going, man?
Yeah, I'll get the shit.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Yeah, get the car in the background.
I was just watching one of your videos a couple of nights
Yeah?
ago with Gideon and all that.
Awesome, bro.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
You got one more?
Oh, they're having him get out of the car now? Oh, here's the search.
Lansing's finest.
That's right. You love to see it.
Justice at his finest.
That's right. They're searching the car now.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we gotta go through that,
Got
and
it.
then we'll obviously do a report on our findings on all this, and then submit it to the prosecutor, and then they'll go through and make a decision on whether charges are authorized or
Got it.
what the kind of final disposition of everything is.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, all right, guys. I guess that's all we can really do. We cut boys and girls. It's been a fun time here at Barnes & Noble.
Real nice, man. By the way. YN. Isn't it the same guy who went to the...
God hates white people. He created.
I'll never say that again.
God hates white people.
Submit yourself to Christ.
That is not true. All right. Well. I might stream later on tonight.
If you guys want to start earning some... Let's see. College Football 26, we have a lot to share with you. Nice. So, conference class, build your best all SEC team. Now, we also got Pack Helper. One of the most important moments in Ultimate Team is when you're often making the game dynamic.